Apologies if anyone's currently watching, just sorting out some minor final technical bits before we get underway. Won't be very long. Alright, there we go. Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and MBs, and welcome to another Final Fantasy VIII stream. So, where did we end off last time? Well, we ended basically with me kind of cocking something up, and I've decided to travel back in time to a point before it actually all horribly went wrong. And therefore, you know, we're just gonna, you know, pick up as if nothing actually happened. You know, it's just gonna be business as usual. I mean, time travel in this game? Nah, don't believe it. Don't believe it. Alright, we're not going to spend very long here because this place is very loud and I don't care for this music. But what I did do last time was I managed to actually beat the pub owner in a game. Unfortunately, I then got hosed by the random rule which is present in Dollet. And the random rule sucks. It's a stupid rule, I don't know why they ever came up with it. But anyway, I have actually managed to abolish random from Dollet. I've done that off stream because it's boring and you don't want to see me run around like an ages trying to get it done. But it is now gone, and thank Christ for that. So, we get a prize again, which is always nice. Give me all that good shit. Alright, but we're not quite done with this guy yet. Sounds saucy. Alright, so we can still play cards with this dude, and that's exactly what we're going to do, because I actually almost missed something when I last played the stream. Something I didn't, like, funny enough, if I hadn't actually gone back and, like, checked my, like, notes and the guide that I was using, I'd have missed this. So, good thing I didn't. But yeah, with random gone, we've got our fully powered deck. Now, unfortunately, like all the other times this happens, this card that we want this gentleman to play is random. It's like a 1 in 10, which is stupid and I hate it, but it can't be helped. So for the moment, we're just going to play a hell of a lot of triple triad. Take T-Rex guard. I hope you're all having a good Saturday, by the way. I am doing great because I have the bigger, delicious beer. Look at that bad boy. Ah, well set. I'll keep you going for a while. Alright, still not showing up yet. There's a fire thing on the field, but it's not worth playing, really, if you're up there, just because of the number 3. On the bottom, which you get, which is still quite weak. So for the moment, they don't have a 7 on that side, so if I drop Quistis here, that'll force them to put one on the top. Yeah, I thought that might be the case. Now, Cypher's still a really strong card, even if he goes on the poison tab, on the poison element here. And that leaves him essentially with nothing. Now, he's played a safe card there, so I can't take any of them, which is fair. So I'm instead going to play Diablos here, and that leaves Zelda wherever he drops this next card, and that's a win. We'll get the M card. Well, in fact, no, we can get more than that. Take the strong ones. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, I apologise, the start of the stream is going to be more card playing, and it's card playing based on them actually playing the damn card. I really wish there was less random stuff. There we go! So that, in case you can't tell, is the Siren card, a Guardian Force I have actually yet to use. The Siren GF is actually really useful, though. Okay, that's an interesting start, but it's left them vulnerable. So we'll play Quistis there, take that back, and that puts us back on even keel. Okay. Diablos can go there. Alright, we should be on here. Yep, there we go. Yoink, yoink. We get a Wendigo card, very nice. And we'll simply show life. So that's the Siren card done. Alright, and we'll never see this guy again. Later! By the way, you might note that save point wasn't there on the previous stream. I've actually done some off-screen grinding as well and learned some GF abilities to stock some more magic, one of which is Move Find that Siren has appropriate enough. It reveals hidden save points and draw points on the map. So that's nice. And in fact, since we have won the Siren card, it might be a good idea for us just to save, because I'm going to go now claim back our Angelo card from that kid, but you never know. Just being cautious is all. Alright. I gave deja vu. He's ruined the painting. Oh no. The beach trip. I could go for a beach trip actually. We might even do that potentially this very stream. Oh no, Coochie Coot shoots the back of the neck. Whatever will we do? Right, you little swerve. You've got a card that belongs to us and I want it back. So Siren actually is similar, same stats as Ifrit, just a different distribution of numbers as you can see there. So I'm actually going to keep using Ifrit because Ifrit covers areas that other cards do not. There it is. I'm going to get a mini-mod card back. I thought it was the Angelo card, it's not, it's the mini-mod one. So to start with, we'll dump Ifrit in the bottom right as usual. Let this kid take an age. I am legitimately confused as to why he's played that there. Okay, fair enough then, we'll let him do that. So for this one then, I'm going to put Quistis here, because it'll force whatever card he plays to win, to be on the right-hand side, which will be easier for me to take. It means I have to put it on one of the elemental sphere, on one of the elemental nodes. He's then forced to do so. So there we go. So there's no 7s in his deck, so if I play this here, that puts me in advantage, and there's nothing he can do. Okay, cool. So Cypher's got the better stat distribution, so we're going to play Diablos here to take that card. He'll then play one of those there. No, actually he won't. Okay, fair enough. I guess he just decided to give up. New card, I'll say that. Okay. So, I'm going to point something out. This is the start of a side quest, and we're not going to do it, because the rewards from it are rubbish. But they do change later in the game, actually, if you come back to Dollar, like, say, on Disc 3. So I'm going to wait, because they do get better. But for the moment, we're actually now done with Dollop for the time being. We have the cards we need. One other thing I've done as well, actually, is I've upgraded a number of the characters' weapons. So Zell, Quistis, and Renoa now have their second level weapons. You know, we'll go to the... Go save point. Okay, great. So we've done that, so let's be on our way. So, we need to pick up with the plot at some point. The plot was that we now need to get to Galbadia Garden. That involves us actually going through a forest. Okay, fair enough. But, you know, we're not quite done yet with the wider world, so I'm going to turn no encounters on. You know, just going to mosey all the way back to Timber on times 3 speed. Really should have read the card, but too lazy to do so. Yeah, that's where we're going. Got our Salarine, always nice. So there's Timber over there. We'll cut back this way. One thing I'll note, by the way, if you're thinking of going Galbadia through other means, you might note that there is, for example, a Jeep blocking this way. We'll go and see if they say hi. Nope, he just won't let us through. Okay, fair enough then. So at least they give you a reason, like, as to why you can't go there. But anyway, we've arrived at Timber, and you know what? That guy, that dude that we saw there, he was like, hey, I want to go and, you know, have a beach day. So I'm thinking I should have a beach day too, you know. It's been a real hard slog doing all this seedy stuff, like, or seed stuff, whatever you want to call it, you know. It's been a bit rubbish. Not really enjoyed it. Like, day at the beach, pretty good. We've got no encounters on. It should be... Oh dear. What? This can't be. Okay, what's going on here? How did this happen? Alright, there's nothing in this unusual that I can see, but... So, yeah, that's a thing. And yes, I did indeed have no encounters turned on there, so... Aliens. Aliens, I'm telling you. Alright, that will be relevant much later, I promise. That's not just a one and done thing. We are going to come back to that. So you might be able to notice here that Quistis and Zell have new weapons. So that's something. But anyway, we probably should make our way over to that forest now. It's alright, I'm gonna clip the alien later, so, you know, you don't have to think it was an X-Files skit or something like that. It legitimately did happen. Hey Scully, ever heard of the anime Moai alien? Just saying. So that forest you might be able to see in the distance there, not that way, this way. That's the one we need to go to. Because there's a gap through the forest between the mountains there that will take us on to the other side where Galbadia is, and that's where we need to go. Oh, while I'm here, I have it equipped. This is what Mad Rush does. It's an ability that Ifrit has. So, all of our characters are now berserked and hasted. And they also have Protect Up, which means they take less damage. You can still pull the trigger though, and while berserked you do 1.5 times damage. So, I learned this ability because I thought to myself I'd be clever and I'd give characters status resistance to Berserk. But as it turns out, even if you do that, they still get afflicted with Berserk regardless, so it's pointless, which is a real shame because... I mean, on the one hand, I can kind of see why they didn't... I mean, you see there, I've got like, Quick Sync didn't work, so there you go. It's a shame, but I can see why they did that, because it would be a bit overpowered. It would basically give you haste and protect really early in the game. However, the problem I have with that, though, is like that it then becomes really, really useless in general, that ability. Because you can't control your characters, you can't cast magic, and if you can't therefore really use it against a boss where you might be in danger of dying. So, it seems like a bit of a waste to me, to be quite honest, but... Never mind, it is what it is. So anyway, with that in mind, I'm actually going to switch over Squall's abilities. Because he doesn't need Ambush, we'll give him Item instead. Great. Alright, let's go to this forest. Selfie made it here before us. Hey, I was just thinking. Is Selfie just... Is she... like that? Oh god, what is she doing? So you can see that Zell's still a bit sore about the fact that he let slip about what happened with, you know, saying that it was Balam that were responsible for this. It's weighing down on him. And he does, I'll give credit, this behaviour is pretty natural. It's like, when you're anxious in this way, of course you're going to start asking questions. And Squall, of course... God damn it! Honestly, he's got no sense of, like... Oh, God. Squall wishes he was brown-haired Cloud, Gero, I tell you. He's so bad at this! My god! I don't know why she's leaning to look at him like that, but she does have a point. I mean, for all that Squall's criticised her for being an inept rookie, like, he might be good at combat and tactics and whatnot, but he has no people skills whatsoever, and he needs that as a leader, like you do. Wow, Renoa's talking gave him such a massive headache! Ah! She just won't stop complaining at me! Oh no, Quistis! That... Oh, it's catching! Oh, God. So, something I'll know is, you know where this is going if you play the game, and if you don't, you can probably have a good venture, a good guess at it. But note that Quistis has passed out and not Zell this time. Also that Renoa is unaffected. I get the feeling that Kiro, Swan, and Laguna have never patrolled in the right place. Oh, god damn it. Knowing Laguna is one of those maps you get like at a restaurant for children that you draw like and colour in. Oh, I see he's got the Sailor Venus book where he just keeps making up the wrong phrases. Okay. So, currently, Laguna is using Squall's stats and junctions, Ward is using Quistis's, and Kiros is using Selfie's. Now, because we haven't been using Selfie, we actually need to do a switch here. Yeah, we can see these have loosened up now, so we'll put these on. Looks like I can't actually bring over the magic from Zell there, unfortunately, which is a shame. But it doesn't really matter. Alright, let's go and head down to this place, wherever it is. This music, by the way, is great, I should stress. This plays in a number of like the more spooky, ominous places in the game. And it's great. I do agree with what Yukon said though, like, one of the problems I have with this game that's minor but still there is that the UI is butt fugly. Like, there's no personality to it or, like, life. And that's something that they fixed for 9 and also fixed for 10. But in this game, it's really... it looks like RPG Maker, like, level. Oh, okay, we've got a Carmen Rider in the house by the look of it. Don't be such a weenie. So, S-Star Soldiers, hey, who or what is an S-Star? We'll find out, I'm sure. But for being future cyborgs, they seem pretty easy so far. Alright, we got a group of here. So, Kiros currently doesn't have any magic, really, but he does have... oh my god, GF's, never mind. Well, I guess that solves that. What does though? So they have, like, pickaxes that are also shotguns. Also, we're going to drop a film on them. It's a really, like, bittersweet film, but also quite emotionally attractive. Oh no, it's just a summon. Yep, we're just going to pour Lucasade on this guy, and he's dead. Yay! Alright. So music's changed now. This is the theme that we heard in the Fire Cavern, by the way. But I'm going to change Kiros' abilities over. So we don't need magic for Kiros, we're going to have GF and draw. So let's head further into this strange, unusual facility, though. Okay, blue crystal everywhere. Curious. Can't go that way. I'll draw a point to say that. I think we can take him, boys. I don't know about you, but I think we can take him. Generally speaking, Gero, I thought it was really good. Although there are certain parts of it that still hold to old game design principles that I didn't like. Like the fact that it made no sense to go into a battle, assess an enemy to find their weaknesses, and then just quit the game, which doesn't seem like it makes much sense to me. Ooh, 15, very nice. And that's a problem with like this game as well, and that kind of JRPG style where it tends to be more the case that you're in like they treat it like an arcade game where you're meant to game over. I'm not saying there shouldn't be a failure state, of course, but when the solution is simply quit the game and start again, like for the best outcome, it seems like it doesn't quite work. Right, so this chap in the middle is an advanced S-Star soldier. We don't like these guys, so we'll just hit them with a GM to finish them off quickly. Laguna did not like that. I am very curious to see what the remake will do next. But generally speaking, what they've expanded on in FF7 Remake, I'm happy with. So if they continue that kind of sensibility of what they do and do not expand on, I'm okay with that. Oh, this cyborg dude in the middle's a... oh, okay, never mind. He did finally die. Cheers. 3 healing pots. Okay, I was just curious if there was something around here, but there's not. Alright, let's go down these ladders then. Yeah, this is an unusual place. Crystal machinery. Very weird. Interesting. So yeah, cyborg soldiers of the future, and they die to an anchor in a machine gun. I mean, why not, I guess? What's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? We'll come back to that in a moment. I wonder what it could possibly be. Well, let's press the one furthest away. Bomb blast will reach us here, Laguna says. Oh, god damn it. No. No, keep running, dude. You could. But it's like Prometheus, you go to the left or right. Jesus Christ. Honestly. Laguna's doing like the usual team credit thing where because he's leading, he takes the credit for his like much smarter suit, like, you know, all these. Running away, 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 running away. Okay, yeah, these guys had the bright idea this time. Well, hey, that's just great. We didn't die horribly. I mean, Stormtrooper armor in Star Wars, I'm not entirely convinced, didn't just contain a neurotoxin, so the moment they took a slight knock, they just died instantly. I actually want to go back this way, I've just realised, because there is annoyingly a point of no return here, and what we're currently doing by moving the boulders around, for example, actually affects things later in the game. So we do want to like do as much as we can here before we leave. I wonder what we might do. Wait, so that's surprisingly well. that camera back angle, by the way, you think this is to be one, but it turns out there's actually two. That's neat. Ooh, nice. Alright, well, water sailor, let's have him use some water magic. Right, so one of our guardian horses, I think it's Quetzalcoatl, actually learned a new ability. But we're going to swap some of these out. So I'm actually going to give Quetzalcoatl boost because we're going to need that. I've been delaying using the boost because it doesn't provide that great an advantage at this point, but it will be handy later on. So that's probably the point of no return there. There's that boulder. Whoa! I do like how Laguna's own, like, clumsiness and cursed nature is actually, like, saving. Whatever, man! Thanks to me! Like I say, is the Sailor Venus curse. Well. Ah, this is a new one. I'm going to do these hand puppets at you. Haha! I wonder what magic that is. Ooh, okay. Well, it's time for me to do this then. So while I'm doing this, I'm going to talk about something, which is specifically that I have upgraded my character's weapons, as I mentioned, and I do feel that that does the game a disservice because, for one, the upgrades are minimal, like, you get such a bare amount of actual, like, strength from it. But on top of that, like, it ruins the joy of finding new weapons in dungeons or stealing them from bosses, like for example in FF7. Oh, that's something, I guess. How rude. Alright, we'll hit this dude with castle then. But yeah, like, you can't actually get loot in this game, really. There are items you can pick up in certain places, but there's no, like, treasure chests, for example. Alright, I'll configure the audio in a second. Oh, I fixed something. I guess not. I'll take some black holes. That doesn't actually seem to affect the music volume. That's really irritating. Okay, would you excuse me just a moment? The stream may freeze while I sort this. There we go. Right, so that actually killed Warden Laguna, which is rather annoying. But that's what we have Phoenix Downs for, thankfully, so it's all good. We got potions, I don't use it. I'm going to use eye drops on Kyros because who cares? We got some protects anyway, so that's something at least. I don't have to cheese my way through that, but never mind. If I see one of those again, I'll just have to be more on point. But yeah, the thing I was trying to say... Oh, this is the place around before. The thing I was trying to say was that I wish that this game still had something like VIII where you actually got like distinct loot from places that made was exciting and interesting to look at, rather than just, oh, you go to a junk shop, you give this guy stuff and you have new weapons. Like, that's boring to me. That's not interesting at all. Similarly, you also don't get armor in this game whatsoever either, which kind of sucks. And no accessories either. Like, the junction system basically does everything in this game. And that's nice and all, but, like, drawing magic is not as interesting to me as, like, getting a cool sword from a boss or in a dungeon. Save here. I do have a feeling that this is the point of no return I mentioned before, and there is still stuff that we can do. If that's the case, I'm actually going to, after this stream is over, reload from that save and pick up everything that I missed so we can show off later. But let's keep this stream at a reasonable pace. Oh god, it's two of these dudes. And we got struck first, that's great. Interesting, they're not injured, so I don't know why he's casting that. Okay, I don't get that. I don't get that either. You might know, by the way, these two characters have different, or these two enemies rather. Alright, that should sort the goon around. So Confused can be like removed from hitting an opponent. But yeah, you might know they have different magic that they can be drawn from both of them, and there's actually a good reason for that. That's because as enemies level up in the game, usually as you level up, they can have different magic to draw, and that includes bosses as well, depending on when you fight them. Okay, not one left. We need to get rid of him quickly, I don't want to get by the generator. Ah, okay. There we go. Speaking of which, so we can start refining stuff like tornadoes to avoid our arrows. I'm actually going to give some arrows to Laguna, and I don't, of course, mean the chocolate, nice as that would be. Yeah, we can start refining stuff here, which is very, very nice. Status recovery medicine not so useful right now, but it will eventually be useful later. I've refined some cards off screen, by the way, that's why we have more items now, so that's always helpful. We'll leave it there for the moment anyway, we can always refine more stuff later, but let's crack on. And yeah, this is the point of no return, alright. So I'm actually just going to get Sirens to learn a different ability now, which is going to be Magic plus Fame. Uh-oh. They really are the Three Stooges, these guys. Alright, so just got the one. Well, that was easy. Not sure what was well so worried about here. Ah, Luna. Sorry, Laguna, like, you know, consummate professional here, like, you know. Alright, so we got some of the tougher cyborg dudes here. Probably time to drop Shiva on these guys. The reason I haven't been using Guardian Forces too much thus far is they take too long, and that's both in terms of just keeping good pace, but also because you can probably get more damage out of using regular abilities in that time frame. Okay, so this guy's vindictive, and he's going to use Soul Crush, a thing that got used on me when I last saw a date. Oh no, woe is me. But yeah, that's something that's unavoidable. It will always hit Kiros and Ward and drop them down to 1 hit point. And this is one of the few times this game actually merges together gameplay and story. You'll see in just a moment. So yeah, Kiros and Ward are dying, basically. Laguna's like in decent shape because he didn't get hit by that attack. And Ward, like, he's had his throat cut. That's how nasty that attack was. Like, that's like your hit points going down actually means. He's bleeding out. It was fuck you, Laguna. Fuck. Oh right, sorry. Apologies. I shouldn't be filling in the blanks there. If you're curious, by the way, you think to yourself, hey, wait a minute, why aren't they using magic? Like, bear in mind that what we're seeing here is the magic that we have in the present day being given to them. This seems to be some sort of flashback of some sort in which we're actually participating in it. So it's likely that in reality, like in the true version of events, they just simply had the guns and equipment they had with them. And no actual magic. And yeah, I'm going to make you feel better, War, by giving you the coochie coochie treatment and treat you like you're a 3-year-old. Yeah, you know what? If I were Ward 2, I'd probably not want to speak to Laguna again. Maybe it's not that he's lost his voice, just want to speak to him again. Because he's Laguna. By the way, oh Jesus, Laguna, no! Why would you do that, you madman? But yeah, one thing to note is the fact that because there are indeed boats, we're on the Galbadian continent at the moment, so why would they need boats? Just, again, keep that in mind. Okay, I think I've got this. Oh, shield! Oh, dear. If you've ever seen that Simpsons episode where Homer tries to skateboard and then ends up falling down the cliff repeatedly, that's what happened to Laguna there. Didn't want to make them more comfortable or anything? Zell? Renoa? No? Nah? Fair enough. Capital B... Capital Big Trouble there. Oh, how many times have I said that about a bad show that I've watched, honestly? You were bang on, Reno. You don't need to apologise for telling him straight that he was full of shit. Okay, so we made it out to the other side. Quistis, however, inexplicably has developed a massive throat injury, because that seems to have transferred through somehow. Whoops. But while we're here, let's give this over to someone else. Okay, cool. So Zell's lost all his GFs, which is really annoying, so I've got to redo all this crap again. Normally the game is pretty decent about allowing you to swap stuff over, but sometimes it forgets, and that is irksome. Alright. By the way, I've refined some zombie magic, and you can see how powerful that is for your health, which is quite good. I'll give Zelda Berserk thing for health, though, for the moment. No, incurious is a word. You're absolutely 100% right there, Gogo Time Robot. Alright, let's see what we get the most out of. I'm not going to use zombie, by the way, because that I'm going to save for disc 2. I'll give scan, because scan's like barely ever going to be used, to be honest. Alright. Alright, we can also give Quistis some new limit breaks here, which is quite nice. Alright. Oh, good. So I think we're pretty much set as my save using 10, which we should do. Let's see. Spoilers, by the way, in the save file thing there as to where they were, but we'll find out later, of course. Okay. In fact, while I'm here, I'm going to check on Diablos, because I'm still getting Diablos to learn more, because I want that learned as soon as possible. But while we're not learning that, we're also not learning these two abilities, which are ridiculously useful. Hopefully we get there sooner rather than later. I barely took a step and I got a random encounter. God damn it. Alright, so we got one new enemy type here in the middle. Oh, sorry, on the outwards rather. So I'm going to try something here. I'm okay with the Berserking Swell because he is like the main physical hit. So yeah, those enemies are zombies as it happens. They're undead. So they actually take damage from healing magic. And items. Why am I me? Zell's not going to be casting, Zell's not going to be attacking it. Yeah, is that one dead? So yeah, Squall now hits like a truck because of that. So they probably should have made it reserve. Nice. So annoyingly though, status effects do persist more often in Final Fantasy VIII Versus 7, which means we need to heal those. So do that. Sell some eye drops. So we got some more sheer feathers, which means more arrows. I'm going to give small those. That's 100 now, which is pretty nice. Let's see what we can give. Let's see if that's actually better. Not quite. Alright then. We'll leave that for the moment anyway. But I might actually do Sphinx Phase. We've still got Blizzard Protect here. So we'll give Squall Arrow instead. Means if he hits flying enemies, he'll do a ton of damage. But would you look at that, Galbadia Garden? Alright. Whoa! So this FMV makes it very clear that Galbadia Garden, beyond the looks of it, is very different how it approaches its training. And how it treats its students. And just also just generally their way of thinking. Like, the garden in Balan was very much more just a, you know, like, kind of laid-back thing, but Galbadia is full-blown military academy. That's pretty deep. Nope. So if you keep refusing to play, eventually someone who insists on mixing rules will decline. So I'm just trying to force that to happen at the moment. There we go. Alright, we'll take ffviii again. Oh, that hand's pathetic. I don't even feel like I should bother wasting my time with it. But, well, them's the breaks in it, so... Alright, place it this side. You can't win. Because I already found that previously, and take Prosecutors, yeah. Alright. Well, we might as well head on in anyway and say hello to everyone. Yeah, no one like, running around on hoverboards, Zell. Of course Squad would like it. Okay, cool. So Quist has had to leave the party, so we have to put someone else in the party at the moment, and that is going to be Renoa. Nothing against Selfie, but unfortunately Renoa's just more relevant to the plot overall. I'm so sorry, but it's true. Ooh, second floor reception room. And yes, there's a hidden draw point here, which is haste, which we are going to use, and is very, very handy. Not for junctioning, but it's just going to be good to have. 9 haste, pretty nice. We're going to use that at some point later. So we could go to the second floor reception room, or we could completely ignore that and just wander around. Seems to be anything interesting in here. One of these classrooms, if I recall correctly, actually has a hidden draw point. Yeah, I get it. Bloody hell, fine. This won't let me have any fun, will they? What's interesting, by the way, is that haste draw point there is actually a clever, if kind of sideways, bit of foreshadowing of what was something that will be there much later. That sounds like smut to me. I wonder. Yeah, let's have a card game. You seem pretty knowledgeable. Yeah, we don't want to use Siren Stone. We want to have a more well-rounded deck here. God, these decks are rubbish. Well, there are no 6s on the bottoms of any of these cards, so that's already an advantage to us. Advantage me. We definitely want this one, the Belhamel card, because the Sawblade card mod from it actually refines it to Death Magic, which is hella useful. What about this lady? What do you say? Do you play cards? Do you got anything decent in your deck that I can steal from you? Ooh! Okay, I was not expecting that. That is a boss card. I do want that. I don't even remember that it had a golden light ring around it, to be quite honest, which is shocking, but yeah, you know what? We're having that. Alright, so there are no 6 on the top side, so I'm hoping they play that boss card, the Iguayan. Yeah, that's what I was hoping would happen. So at this point, I play Cypher here. Oh, why? I don't know why you did that. You silly, silly person. Brushed it. Tired XRs. So yeah, boss cards are also a thing. And funny enough, it's spoiled a boss that we'll be fighting in a not too distant future. So this lady actually has a number of boss cards from what I understand, and I'm going to try and get a few of them while we're here. Because, like everything else they refine and scraps, yep, there's another one right there. Alright, Cactus to start with. Alright. No card will beat that. Gotta be careful with the thingy though. The 8-8 there. Because it'll beat Quistis and Zell in a pinch. So I'm going to try and force them to play it first, and then once they played it, then we're much safer. Didn't quite work. But that being said, I absolutely can. Yeah, there we go. Victory. I'll play one more game. I could spend a lot of time here getting cards off her, because she clearly has a very good deck. But I don't want to bore you to death by playing Triple Triad over and over again for cards. So yeah, Oil Boils, that's the boss. Ah, no boss cards, never mind. It's fine though. We got some decent stuff to start off with, so that's alright. Alright, I'm gonna play Quistis here actually. So already can't beat that. Play Diablo say use the weakest side. My strategy of Triple Triad generally is to play with the weakest side. So that way it leaves the stronger sides open to stop them from taking cards in return. And it works pretty well most of the time. Okay, cool. Alright, we probably should get to the reception room and not keep them waiting any longer, so off we go. Hastes, yes please. Says on the right, fair enough then. There's a tiny child here, I'll play the cards before we go upstairs. That's actually a decent set of cards, surprisingly enough. But character cards beat all, so that's already a good start for us there. Ooh, very good. So that's the same rule in effect there. If you match up the numbers, so 7-7 and 4-4, then you will actually flip all the cards there. That are linked to it. So that's really, that's like something you need to be careful of. And I forgot about it entirely, I must confess. Okay, there are no 6s, so if I play this here, that puts us back in advantage. Oh, well. That's fine. So we do want a real model card, and we'll take a Ruby Dragon card. He really did, actually. Maybe he does have stand power or GF or something in this. Okay. Let's head on inside to the reception room. Cozy little lounge here. I wonder what everyone has to say. Is that all you can think about, Selfie? God, like, Jesus. Nope. I got mildly worried as well going with Sonic Robot, I will not lie. I like how Quistis actually goes over and says that straight to Zell, because she knows that that's really for his benefit more than anyone else. So yeah, Zell's off the hook. And Cypher's taking all the blame, and he's dead. I never realised, by the way, but Renoa's HD model actually has brown tints in her hair. This is the thing that bothers me about Renoa as well, and that she's into Cypher in a way that she seems to think that his actions are for her and her group's benefit. But clearly he was all into it on his own agenda just to prove a point, because he, you know, was basically, you know, canned from the SEED program. He wasn't doing it for them. Quistis is right. As far as mature of Zelda, like, I mean, it's okay to hate someone in my opinion, but at the same time, like, recognize that they don't deserve to die like that. Nor do I, to be fair, and I've been playing this game myself, so there you go. He's a psychopath. He literally said, to quote, "I want to cause chaos and destruction," like, you know. Well, Renoa, how are you feeling about this? I don't know about smart. Oh dear. Her taste in men, honestly. And now Renoa's just thinking of the boys of summer. Oh, Cypher, you're just a memory. Welcome to the stream, Zircon. I'm just going to say Zircon for simplicity's sake. Squall never was very good with the past tense, was he? Well, I'm going to get some fresh air. Call it a day. Try to get the next things to trigger. I'm not sure what's going to do it. Nope. Bit of a non sequitur there, Squall. You might want to explain yourself. Are you mad? I don't know why Selfie keeps talking like she's a character in a Silver Age Marvel comic, like where half of their words are like constantly bolded. I'm mad, I'm annoyed, I don't like the fact that I get told by the past tense. No! Okay, never mind. Well, we got paid anyway, so, you know, maybe that takes the sting out of death a little bit. I love a good paycheck. This is something else I should note, by the way. You don't generally get money from drops or from enemies. It's strictly through your seed salary. But as I mentioned, there is actually a way for you to make, like, infinite money in this game, and we can do that as soon as we get a certain GF ability. In fact, we can probably do it as soon as we get back to Balam at some point in the future. It's kind of silly. But money, like, because of what I've said before about how you can't really buy interesting things, like you can't buy new weapons, for example, apart from the junk shop. And the Lionheart, by the way, the ultimate weapon spell costs 2,000 gil. And we already made 5,000 on a level 7 seed rank, which isn't even close to the maximum. It's just, yeah, money doesn't seem like it has a real value. Oh shit, it's this dude again. Bloody hell, he moves fast. By the way, Fujin and Raijin's names, if I'm not mistaken, are Japanese word plays or even words that relate to elements, Raijin being thunder and Fujin being wind. Just keep that in the back of your head for later. to have the knowing nod to each other. It's very nice of Raijin to stand on Fujin's right, though, because with that eye patch, you clearly won't be able to see him otherwise with a head nod. Fujin's talking in AOL keywords again. I like to imagine that if this was voice acted, Fujin would speak with the voice of Siri on your phone. No, Gero, she's not. But it's just literally that their names are plays on words for like Japanese terms for weather. Lies! It's just so not Cypher, you know? Like, who does Cypher think he is? Like, you know, does he think he's gonna be one of the guys from the Green Mile? I'm not gonna put it with an execution. You can't kill me, I'm gonna die first! How does that work, honestly? Well, start with the morgue. Yeah, go there to the morgue. Like, maybe that's a good idea. Oh, jeez, honestly. Right, let's assemble in front of the gate then. Feeling a bit of squall? You know, you had your little outbursts there, whatever. No, again, no, whatever. Well, let's head on out then. Well, everyone's practicing their martial arts. Zell is practicing his shadow boxing. Quistis is practicing the ancient martial art of strutting around in place. Selfie is practicing the martial art of loitering. And Renault is practicing the one of leg stretches or something. Oh snap. Considering Cypher got held back in class as well, Go Type Robot, I wouldn't be surprised if Raijin deliberately got himself held back for that same reason. And no Renault here just trying to catch up with like the salutes. Try to pretend to be a seed. Again, like with Final Fantasy VII, they really actually did put effort into making this stuff like come together. They tried quite hard with limited technology. I mean, it looks nicer now, but obviously it was a lot more simplicity back down on the PS1. Excuse me while I do my exposition walk. We're also going to discuss this in the open air, where anyone might overhear. Strike an atmosphere of fear in its populace, and then use it to negotiate favourables. I can't see how that could possibly be anything like what happens in real life. No way, don't believe it. We tried asking nicely and it didn't work. Sniper? Do a sniper. Anyway, say hello to our 6th party member. I really, really hope that if Irvine ever, like, if there's ever an F8 remake and Irvine gets voice acted, he needs to speak with the most southern accent possible. Got pack problems there. guess Irvine's favourite movie is A Fistful of Gil, isn't it? Our next mission. Story mission. Kill the sorcerers. Dun, 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 dun. Thanks for the support, but I never miss my target. Like, who does he think he is? Does he think he's Vash the Stampede? Well, actually, he's got the, funnily enough, the opposite problem as Vash the Stampede, as we'll soon find out. Dealing City, We were there previously in one of the flashbacks, so it actually is quite handy that we got that. So we do. Okay, so two things about this. First off, Irvine, like, thinking he's the ladies' man. But secondly, he doesn't even have the right taste, because Quistis is best of the three of them. I know I shouldn't say that, but like, he's wrong on every level. God damn it. Alright. Well, since we're only going to Dealing City anyway, it's not that far away, you know what, let's make Irvine miserable. I've already done this. I'm not interested in your bloody... Alright. There we go. Okie dokie, let's get over to Dealing City. There's a train here, actually, that will take us straight to it, so that's quite handy. Stuff. The usual. Yeah, fine. We had payday, we might as well jump on. How does this work again? This isn't like Blind Date, Irvine. You don't get to pick one. This isn't a best girl argument and you like being some keyboard warrior. Come on, dude. Okay, I was gonna get off the train, but never mind. I'll be fair to Squall, he's getting there. Like, he's got a long way to go, but he knows Selfie likes, you know, the creature comforts of a train. Good thing she's never been to Bristol and been on the trains here, because they would be shit. But then again, that's a part of the Japanese bleed over here, because Japan's trains are incredible, and, well, Britain's trains are... How do we British put it? A bag of wank. There we go, that's what I was looking for. Shoot him, it'd be ironic, I guess. Alright, fine, I'll go into VIII. Oh dear. I hope that gun's powered by desperation, because if it is, then I think that Irvine might do possibly okay, but Jesus Christ. Oh, selfie, come on! If she starts singing Bon Jovi, then I'm just going to kick her off this mission, I tell you. Yeah, Zell, just drop the dude, honestly. Oh no, God. I will be fair to Irvine though. All of this, like, gripe as I might, has a point, a narrative point, which we'll see by the end of this one. And I quite like it, actually. You finding your mark there, mate? You're just travelling around the room, you know? So Zell punched the train so hard that he caused it almost to break. I mean, he ain't no Sabin from Final Fantasy VI, but he was close. Anyway, choo-choo, motherfuckers, let's go! And go to Dealing City. So you can actually head back out from the city at any point if you want to through these trains, but we're not going to do that. Okay. Well, looks like the kids are having a good time anyway on that elevator. That's nice around the meter. But yeah, this is it. Dealing City. Not a unreasonable question. They have no idea what happens to him after that point. Okay, so we have a couple of things we need to do here, actually. One of which is that... Oh, by the way, there's a free bus service, which is really nice. But there is actually a couple of different places we need to visit before we go to Caraway's mansion. One of which I should mention is the Queen of Cards has had a new card made because we gave mini-mods to her, which she gave to her son. It's a Kyros card, and we can get that from Dealing City. And we need to go visit one of the shops in order to do so. Alright, we'll jump off here. We need to see if we can get some items and such. So yeah, as you can see, I'd actually already upgraded a number of the characters' weapons, but we don't need to see that again. And unfortunately, this is also another instance where the backgrounds don't work in the HD remaster because they're all very pixelated. We'll load up on some more stars and items. No, I don't. So ammo is actually used for Irvine's limit break. We haven't yet actually managed to use it, but we do want it to have that shotgun ammo handy. Alright, we'll head for the hotel. But yeah, they haven't updated the backgrounds for the HD remaster, so unfortunately they're still the same resolution as they were on the PS1, and that's why it looks pretty bad. Anyway, since I'm waiting for the bus, I can enjoy a big drink. I hope you're all doing okay, by the way, this Friday. Sorry, Saturday, rather, so. Hope you're all taking care and looking after yourselves. What's this Jeep? Ah, I can apparently phase through solid matter. Interesting. Might have been the mystery machine going past, I'm not sure. You can, by the way, walk between locations, but we're just going to wait for the bus. So I suppose now is a good time for me to also, while we're waiting, discuss something else that I don't think works really well in this game, which is... I may have discussed before, but like Guardian Forces and the way magic works, like there is explanations of it, and there is even like an index of like terms and such you can see in this game. But they don't link as well into the world as like say Materia does in Final Fantasy VII. It's a system, it's an explanation of a system that exists for the sake of explanation rather than being useful for the story. Beyond stuff like with later in the game. Okay, looks like this bus is not turning up, which reflects real life pretty well, actually. So I'm just going to go down the road. What about the bar? Is anyone in the bar, eh? Well, no piano player. Bring on your cards. So this may be the lady that we need to get the cards from. We'll see. Not quite. Playing that card like that almost feels like bait. Not that it matters though, because we've now walled it off with cards that she can't beat. So rip her, I guess. Yeah, I agree with Gogo Cyber actually. I wish that there was more, I wish that there was more, like, you know, hey, while we're here, let's try and figure this out. Like, why don't they ask, for example, if Julia still plays here? Like, they could figure things out. But then again, because Renault's in the party, mild spoilers, that would give the game away early. You'll have to excuse me, I'm actually going to check and find out where the the Kyros card is. I actually had the guide up on my phone before, but for some reason my phone decided, you know what, I'm not going to leave that open. Why would I do that? That's silly. Let's see. There we are. I do definitely want to get the card here while we can, because if we don't, then it's going to be a long time until we get the chance to get it again. It's not the only thing we're doing card-wise while we're here today as well. So apologies, I should have been more prepared for this, but say I do not want to miss it. Right. It's not this lady we need to play, but we do want to stay the night in the hotel. Why do you want to stay in that hotel? The same reason as always. Because there should be, if I'm not mistaken, there it is. It's in the Maniacs magazine. So, can I just point something out? I would never have known that I could play cards with this guy here. He's not even an NPC, like, he doesn't look like the others. But this is the guy we want to play cards with for Kyros, as it turns out. And that's what threw me, because I knew it was on this particular screen I need to go, but I couldn't remember who specifically it was I need to speak to. And that kind of sucks, like, because you'd miss the guy otherwise, you know? But there is Kyros card. And look at the stats on that, he's very well rounded, so we've got to be on top of our game to win this. Or he could just do that and make it easy for us, I guess, if he wanted to be sporty, like, you know. Alright. So we'll start with Quistis card then. What that will mean is they'll play the T-Rexor card to her right. Because it's the only thing you can do right now to take another card back. This Kyros card, by the way, does not appear or is completely unavailable if you don't lose the Minimod card to the Queen back in Balan. How you'd ever learn to know to do that, I have no clue. Honestly. But anyway, right. So, if you know, none of the cards here can take the T-Rexor except from the bottom. So if we take the T-Rexor from the bottom, then we're good. So we'll play Ifrit. And now we can start really, really crushing this guy. Alright. That's that. Yoink. T-Rexor. Alright, so we've got the Kyros card, all good. What we probably want to do now is actually head over to the to Caraway's mansion. Because we're not quite done with cards, as it turns out. Yep, I've won, I've got a paycheck, I'm feeling top of the world here. By the way, again, there's a lot of like European references here. I'm almost 90% certain that this arch here is meant to be something to do with the Arc de Triomphe from France. I could be wrong, mind you. If you happen to know better than I as to what this actual structure references, please let me know. Tell me in chat. So this bus isn't, again, like regular bus routes, just doesn't take you to where you want to go. It's still unfortunate, but never mind. See if I can get across the street, but never mind. I'm just gonna ignore traffic. Why not? Nope. Wait, hold up a minute. Alright, well, we'll just go this way. And here we are. So, yeah, again, like, he's a cardboard cutout, this dude. It's so bad. They should have done that. What's the dog on? No, it's not. Okie dokie. Alright, let's into the mansion. Do one of those things, are we? Ooh, okay. Well, they're probably dead. We have more than enough money, so we're gonna buy like various bits and bobs. Alright, well we already have blood wishes, so that's fine. So something I should note, by the way, it is possible to know even before you get to the Tomb of the Unknown King what the code is, because, and I can't believe that this is true, but it is. In the train scene when Selphie and Irvine are talking, if you count the number of poles that go past the windows, this is something I learned from a speedrunning video of this game, you can determine what the code is from that. it's not that like the number of polls means the actual numbers you give, but rather it matches in like a table, and it's just so crazy. Alright, so we could rent a car, but we're not. We're not going to do that because that costs money and I don't want to spend money on frivolously. Alright, let's make our way to town then. Alright, so what I'm going to do for the moment, everyone at home who's watching, is I'm going to take a quick breather. This is only just for a bio break and also to refill my beer. I've actually gotten further than I would have thought. I wasn't expecting to get through to the 2 with the Unknown King this quick. I thought it'd be a stream away. But since we're here, and since we are only about an hour and a half in, I think I've got more than enough time to fit that in tonight, and we'll definitely do it. So, with that in mind, if you'll excuse me, I'm just going to say take a quick break. We'll be right back, continue, and we'll do the entirety of the Tomb of the Unknown King. Don't adjust your internet browsers, I'll be back in just a minute. Thank you very much for your patience, everyone. We will resume in just a moment. I'm just going to top up. I hope you're all having a good Saturday anyway, and again, thank you very much for taking the time to join me as well on the, while I'm bantering and doing random shit over Final Fantasy VIII. Alright, so we're not going to bring Irvine along for this little expedition. We only really brought him along to make sure he didn't start mixing things up with the women. So with that in mind, let's see. This goes in there, junction exchange, there we go. Generally speaking, my party for much of the game, apart from when we get forcibly separated, is going to be Quistis, Squall, and Zell. Right, let's make our way to the tomb then. Since you're new to the stream, by the way, Zircon, I'll just mention that I am deliberately limiting what magic my characters can actually use to... If you think of like how you've got Fire, Fear, and Firaga, and that's tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Tier 1 magic this one, tier 2 magic this 2, tier 3 magic this 3, so on and so forth. Just because it'll keep the game a little bit more interesting than otherwise. Okay, so quest has been silent. The reason is because I'm actually streaming this game, much as I stream Final Fantasy VII, because I played them as a kid. Alright, we definitely need to sort that out then. So we have some Azuras, so yeah. I honestly can completely understand your feeling on that, because drawing, like, in the time, like, you know, before you got the 3 times speed up, was just a complete pain in the ass. Thankfully, if you can mod cards into a lot of like magic refining items that make it much easier. They didn't die, okay, fair enough. Nice. Well, since you're here, I'll actually show it to you while since you're mentioning in chat. I'll show you how it works. Like, or rather, I won't like presume to educate, but at least show you one of the things that you can do. So, for a start, we've got a ton of Wizard Stones, which you can modify into Blizzagas, which you can junction to Strength for like a ton of damage on Squall. But I've also got hands on Windmills, and 20 Tornadoes is a lot. And then, like, if you refine, for example, Tents into Kiragas, you can junction that to hit points and get yourself up to, like, 3k in Dis 1, and at that point the game is basically going to play itself. Yeah, the system is not flawless, though, I should say. Like, drawing is tedious. I get what they were going for, but I do think it could have been, like, handled better, to be quite honest. So because Sleep breaks on physical damage, Quistis does very little because of magical whip, so we're going to whip Squall back into shape and I think kill this giant evil mushroom. It makes sense, it's JRPG nonsense, why not? He's just being disciplined. I'm sure he likes it. Okay, so we got this dude here. Alright, we actually do already have Float Magic, but I'm going to take the time to draw some of it now, just to be on the safe side. yeah, that's one of my strategies in the past when I was playing FF7. If your party does get to sleep before you enter, holy shit, Squall! Also, holy crap, that's like we broke the 1k damage limit there. That's impressive. But that's also I should stress because Squall had Wind Junction to his attack, which is why it did more damage. That'll be useful in a little bit actually. No. I think they regret it. Is the boulder going to come rolling past after them? Is it going to come get him? Maybe. Float! We all float on down! Well, is Pennywise in there? Oh, shit. Well, fair enough then. Okay. Let's do this. That is an excellent idea because the stat boosts you get from GFs at the moment are all percentage based, but because your magic is that your junction is weak, the percentage based increase is much more limited as a result. You'd be best saving them for later in the game when you can get more impacts out of them. Anyway, let's go into this Tomb of the Unknown King. So I can bring up a map by holding down the touchpad on my DS4, which I'm playing. I use this playlist. So we want to go to the room on the far right. What might this be? Okay, so this is where you're gonna love this. This is where I did this before when I did Final Fantasy VII and I did the safe in the Shinra Mansion. This is called Pen and Paper. Classic. I love it. It is random that, by the way, so you can't game facts it or look it up. So we've got that written down for later, so that's nice. Anyway. We should have a T junction here. Okay, that's not the way we want to go. Now, the thing to note here is that your orientation changes, so we actually need to go left. And you can see now that we're going in the right direction. This is a new one, okay. Does he have any useful magic? Just protect. Okay, fair enough. What is this gentleman doing to this right now? So note the massive defense stat there, but limited spirit. We want to hit Sky Magic. Face down. There we go. Squall's like difference, by the way, is because I actually added him solo a T-Rex saw way earlier in the series. Alright. So we need to make a right here. This looks interesting. I wonder what might happen here. I'm just going to heal up completely out of random reasons, you know. I don't know. Oh no, the statue's talking to us! Okay, this dude looks pretty pissed. So he's healing. Interesting. Let's see what our scan magic has to say about him. Okay. Ah. So weak against poison and wind. Something to just keep in mind. And... oh. That was not what I wanted to do there, but it's pretty close. So, blood magic makes you immune to earth-based magic damage. And you might have noticed that that chap there, he was healing while in contact with the earth. Life magic. Wow, okay, this dude's being just to say he wants to draw some life magic because he's only hitting us with this big spiky ball, which isn't all that dangerous right now. Sign the crit. Never mind. Well, looks like he's had enough of that. Bastards! It ain't over! Rah, 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 rah. Okay, he's pretty peeved. So, bear in mind what we saw there, we might have to fight this dude again. And on top of that, we noted that he was weak to wind and also to poison. So, what did Squall have attached to his magic arrow? That's why he did so much damage to Sacred on that single hit. That was like a good third of his health with a single critical. Quite nice. So, we're in a reasonable place right now. We might want to just heal up for 10. So I'm actually going to take Diabolos off Squall. I'm going to move the GFs around a little bit. The reason for that is mostly because I want to try and get Quistis to have some other GFs attached to it that can be useful. But Zell clearly has like all the stats right now. Let's see, we'll give it sleep. Cure for that. And plenty of protects there, so we'll drop those in. Refined. Great. Just makes the hit point distribution a bit more equitable. Speaking of which, while we're here, let's just check what our GFs are learning. So Diabolos is still quite some way away from getting Mug learned. I do want that learned as soon as possible. Yeah, doing reasonably with that. Yeah, that's going nicely. Now, I did say before, Zircon, you do actually want to learn, like, not necessarily learn the stat boosts, but if you do learn them all quickly, you get a thing called, for example, VIII or Spirit bonus, which gives you bonus spirit as you level up, and because there's only so much leveling up you can do in the game, of course, the sooner you can get hold of that, the better. I've got to scroll learn that. Alright. So now we need to make our way over to the other side, basically. Well, thankfully, due to the location monitor, it's not too bad. We go right here. Nope. It should lead us to a curve. And let's make a right here. I think Zell's wearing shorts so we can get 2 soaps. Okay. Done that. Now there's one other room we've not been to yet, which is the one on the far left. So that's where we're going to go next. Again, you've got to bear in mind your orientation while you're doing this. Because if you don't have the location tracker, it's very easy to get lost. You can escape from the maze anytime, but doing so costs you a seed rank. And you don't really want that. It's not necessary. I mean, 5,000 gil for a location tracker is like a doddle, honestly. It's a non-issue. Cura. Okay, fair enough. We'll stock that, but again, I'm sticking to my rule here, so I'm not using it. Plus, I didn't really get to use many of them anyway. So let's, sorry, get my drawer in many of them anyway. Let's save. Save that. Alright, so give it a crank. Wait, no. There we go. So, remember before how the central area had a drawbridge? Let's go see if that drawbridge is now open. So blobs, as you probably guessed, take very little damage from physical attacks. But let's see what they're weak to. Surely they're probably weak to some kind of magic. So you see a difference between each one of them, which is kind of annoying. But, well, if we're hitting with something, that's a start. Okay, so fire is not the element of this one. Maybe we're taking the moment to draw some shells. Don't exactly seem very threatening, do they? I'll only do this round of drawing and then I'll kill him off with whatever matches that we need to finish it. That's rude. Sticky icky. Okay, fair enough. Yes. And that one's doing twice. Well, we sorted the demonic ice cream scoops out, so that's all sorted. Great. Stop some items, always nice. Alright. Let's get our bearings. need to make a right. Now we need to make a left. And then we need to make a left again. And here we are. So, before we go any further, let's just properly, fully heal up here. Squall has the appropriate junction, which is, of course, Aero. So that's nice. So he's all set for the extra damage. And can we refine anything that might help us? Because if you haven't guessed, we're probably going to be fighting those guys, aren't we? Nah, we're probably alright for the moment. I'm probably going to eat those words, but we'll see. Only one way to find out, isn't it? Oh, it's this dude again. Hi there. Yo, you back again? Sacred is again a keyboard warrior. He only ever speaks in capitals. My big bro. Uh-oh. He's a tiny baby who speaks in lowercase letters. Zell, I know your big mouth has gotten you into trouble. Could you please mind it? Alright, so boss time. And this boss is actually going to be tough, so let's see how we go. We need to get onto like defensive magic pretty quickly, specifically float. So, casting float on the Sacred Twins will actually... sorry, on the brothers rather. It'll stop their health regeneration, but we need to cast ourselves first because they are all earth-based attacks and they hurt. Once we have that up as a starting point, then we can really go to town. And so, okay. Squall is going to be our biggest heavy hitter here. But we might need someone to handle healing as well, so we're going to quit this double. Squall gets haste so he can do more attacks. And since we've got double, we can now do double float on these guys. Quite handy. This will also be useful if we need to reapply float to ourselves, of course. Wow, they are going all in here. Let's see what we got. Rude. So you can see that Squall has actually now stopped floating, so we need to put that back on. They do. is actually not too... Oh. This is the actually real dangerous attack, but it all missed because we all had float. Let's see, let's give him Ketsu. Okay, little brother's down, so this makes the fight a lot easier. They don't have the Mad Cow special for a start, it's just literally him hitting us, which I'm totally okay with. Nah, this time though. Well, let's give him a flow actually, because I don't want him healing himself. Say that's because I've got aero junction to his elemental attack and these guys are weak to wind magic, so yeah, this is all going, like, it feels dicey at points, but we are more than capable of damaging. And with, like, his smaller brother one, we can't do the Mad Cow special. The damage output drops substantially. At this point it's more than manageable. In fact, there we go, we've won. So, if the Subtle Doctor, my fellow podcast partner, is listening, I have brought back the brothers! Hell yeah. And we got a ton of AP through. We got a card. We got the bros. Okay, so we got one card from the no. Bro, don't put me in a casket, please. And we get the Minotaur card as well. So yeah, we are done here. We have 2 new cards for our troubles. We have a Guardian Force as well, which is all pretty nice. Heck, we can give that Guardian Force to Zell, and now we can actually junction magic to his hit points. Plus he gets hit points plus 20, which is nice. So yeah, all of our characters now have over 1,000 hit points, which is good. That's the level I'm aiming at before the end of this one anyway. So now we just need to head out and it's a straight run for the exit. There's the sword, but I've written that down already. And that's that, we made it out. So before I save, I'm just going to tell my Guardian Forces to learn some new abilities. Might need boost at some point, so we'll learn that. Ifrit's close to learning Strength plus 40, which is very nice. Siren, probably shouldn't have been learning that. I think I might have overshot a little bit, but it happens, like, if you're that close to learning, like, an ability that it overshoots. But it's not the end of the world. Get on to Mag plus 40 there. For the bros, we want them to learn Strength Junction to start with, because they don't have any. They are the first GF we get that doesn't actually have any ability to refine stuff. And Diablos is that close to learning Mug now, I can almost taste it. Okay, so that wraps that up. We can be on our way. While I mention as well, the float magic that we use for that particular fight, that is basically the only time in the game you ever need to use it. And I think that's a shame. Like, I think it's an interesting idea that they didn't. I just wish they did more with it. But no, that literally is it. We don't need to use it for anything else, and that's kind of sad. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna make our way back to Dealing City, and then I'm gonna end the stream there for the night. You can use float for junctions, but it's not very good, to be quite honest. The increase in stats it gives is so minor. At this point, like, it basically becomes redundant. Yeah, let's speed this up a little bit. Yes, Zircon, it's basically useless after the two. Now, when I say that though, I'll be fair, there are enemies out there that still use Earth magic, but when you face them, like, they have other attacks to the point where it doesn't feel worthwhile casting Float, because they'll hit you with something else anyway, whereas the brothers, like, it is very specifically a counter to them and them alone. Alright, we're back. So let's turn on our, you know, Barry Allen mode here and get on the way to Caraway's mansion. And here it is. Okay, so this code is awkward because I think we have to enter it backwards. I don't get that. So I have it here. You can see that 143 with my awful handwriting. So 3, 4. There you go. Pen and paper solves everything. Yep. No need to question why. So with that, ladies, gentlemen, MBs, that brings us to the end of tonight's stream. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've all enjoyed the stream. I hope you've all got something out of it, whether it's just a laugh or you've learned something new about the game. I am probably going to spend the rest of my evening drinking alcohol and watching anime. I'll be back next week for the remainder of Disc 1. Yeah, that's right, we're already at the end of Disc 1 at this point, because there's nothing really much else to do apart from what happens in Dealing City at this point. So I'm going to see it all the way through to the bitter end, and I hope you'll be there with me when we just, you know, start throwing down with the sorceress and doing all sorts of crazy stuff. But until then, take care, stay safe, look after yourself, look after your loved ones, stay healthy, and have a fantastic Saturday. See you soon.